Okay, so students, I hope till here we are able to understand, right? And can you see the PDF file?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, once we deduct the depreciation as per our depreciation schedule, what remains is earnings before taxes. So in the year one, okay, 45 lakh minus 20 lakh, earnings before taxes are 25 lakh. 45 lakh minus 16 lakhs, earnings before taxes in second year are 29 lakhs. 45 lakh minus 12 lakh 80,000, 32 lakh 20,000. 45 lakh minus 10 lakh 24,000 is 34 lakh 76,000. No depreciation in fifth year, so earnings before taxes in the fifth year are 45 lakh. The company has to pay tax on whole 45 lakh. So now we need to calculate taxes. Okay, tax rate is 35%, and this is the taxable income for each year. So remember, so taxes are deducted at the rate of 35%. To make it simple, see, either you can calculate this way: 35 divided by 100 multiplied by 25,000, you will get 8,75,000 rupees the tax amount, or 35 divided by 100 is 0.35. 0.35, okay, 0.35 multiplied by 25,000, you'll get the same answer, 8,75,000 rupees. So this way we have found out the tax amount. So 35% of 25 lakh is 8,75,000. 35% of 29 lakhs is 10,15,000. 35% of 32 lakh 20,000 is 11,27,000. 35% of 34 lakh 76,000 is 12,16,600. 35% of 45 lakh is 15,75,000. So once you deduct tax, what we get is earnings after taxes. So what we get is earnings after taxes. So 25 lakh minus 8,75,000, 16,25,000 the earning after taxes in the first year. 29 lakh minus 10,15,000 is 18,85,000. 32 lakh 20,000 minus 11 lakh 27,000 is 20 lakh 93,000. 34 lakh 76,000 minus 12 lakh 16 lakh 600 is 22 lakh 59,400. 45 lakh minus 15,75,000 is 29,25,000 is the earnings after taxes in the fifth year. Okay, so since depreciation is a non-cash cost, see your depreciation amount, okay, like 20 lakh, okay, or 16 lakh is not going anywhere outside your company, remember. So it still remains as a cash inflow, part of the cash inflow. You need to add back the amount of depreciation. Okay, but why we deducted here? It is only for the tax benefit. It is allowed by law. Okay, depreciation is the tax deductible amount. So we deducted depreciation, we arrived at earnings before taxes. Then we charged a tax on this amount, taxable amount. Okay, then we are adding back that amount. 20 lakh, 16 lakh, 16 lakh, 12 lakh 80,000, 10 lakh 24,000, nothing in fifth year. So the cash inflows after taxes. Now finally we arrive at cash inflows after taxes. Okay, you can call it as okay, cash inflows after taxes for year one are 36 lakh 25,000. 16 lakh 25,000 plus 20 lakh is 36 lakh 25,000. 18 lakh 85,000 plus 16 lakh is 34 lakh 85,000. 20 lakh 93,000 plus 12 lakh 80,000 is 33 lakh 73,000. 22 lakh 59,400 plus 10 lakh 24,000 is 32 lakh 83,400. Okay, and 29 lakh 25,000 in the fifth year. These are cash inflows after taxes. Okay, so now we completed a major portion of the calculation part. Okay. Okay, now I hope you are with me, you are paying attention, okay, and all your concentration is with me. So quickly let me go ahead to the next part. Okay. So next part, yes, of course, there is a decision pending. The decision is whether to install the equipment if the expected salvage value is 10 lakh rupees. These are called case studies. Okay, which will put you into tremendous amount of reading, analytical thinking, calculations in case of numerical case studies like this one, and then making a decision. That is what a MBA is. Okay. So to decide whether to install the equipment or not, we need to determine the net present value of the cash inflows after taxes, because what we found now, okay, what we found now, cash inflows after taxes, all these 5 figures are in future, but the initial cash outlay or the present investment is 1 crore rupees is in present. So we need to convert all these future values into their present value, then they become comparable. Okay, so we have learned this in time value of money concept. So that is what I'm going to do next. So to compare both cash outflow and cash inflow, both I calculated now. Third step I said is we need to deduct or compare total cash outflows to total cash inflows. So since total cash inflows are in future value, I need to convert it into its present value using time value of money concept. So I prepare this table here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. CF80 nothing but what we just calculated here. Cash flows after taxes. See, these cash flows after taxes, I am going to convert them to their present value because these are into future, as you can see here. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. These cash inflows are going to happen in future. So I need to convert them into their present value so that I can compare it with the present investment. So simply you write down what we have calculated. CF80, cash flow after taxes in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Now each year when you consider, it is a case of a single cash flow. Remember, if each year the CF80 would have been same amount, then it would become the case of present value of an annuity. But now that is not the case. Each year the amount is different. So each year we are going to consider it as a case of a single cash flow. So finding present value of a single cash flow, you need to use compounding technique. Okay, you need to use compounding technique. Okay, so to find out present value of single cash flow, you need to use table A3. Okay, so what we'll do is now, so please pay attention, the formula is the amount multiplied by the present value factor. So these present value factors we have to find out from table A3. Okay, so we'll note down all the present values for 15% interest, which is mentioned in the problem. Discount rate is 15% interest for year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll find out the present value factors. Okay, so stay with me. I'm going to share the present value tables. Okay, now you cannot ask me anything about present value. Okay, sufficient hours we have spent on that. So we will be referring table A3 now. Okay, so we reached at table A3, but we need 15% interest column. Okay, so this is where you can find. See, this is table A3, present value of 1 rupee, present value of a single cash flow. So this is a 15% interest column for year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. We are going to note down the present value and we are going to put into the table. So year 1, the present value, can anyone read loudly?
0.870.
Yeah, 0.870. Keep reading.
0.756, 0.658, 0.572, 0.497.
Yeah, for 5 years enough. Okay. So this value we are going to fill here now. So have we written the values properly here? Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Are they correct? Okay. So then as per the formula, we need to multiply the amount, single cash flow, into present value factor to find out its present value. Okay, so the present value of 36,25,000 rupees to be received 1 year from now. is 31,53,750. Okay, the present value of 34,85,000 to be received after second year is 26,34,660. So the present value of 33,73,000 rupees to be received after third year. At present, its value is 22,19,434. The present value of 32,83,400 rupees, which you are going to receive after fourth year, is 18,78,105. Okay. And the present value of 29,25,000 to be received after fifth year is 14,53,725. But dear students, these are not the only cash inflows. There are some other cash inflows also, which you are going to receive in the terminal year or fifth year. So we need to add them also to the cash inflows. Add their present value, remember. So in the fifth year, the life of the machine is fifth year. In the fifth year, the machine can be sold at the salvage value of 10 lakh rupees. So please remember, 10 lakh rupees salvage value you will receive in the fifth year. So you need to find out its present value by multiplying with the present value factor, which we know it is 0.497 for fifth year and in the 15% interest column. The present value of 10 lakh rupees to be received after fifth year is 4,97,000 rupees. You need to add this to the stream of cash inflows. Then one more item which I mentioned, we need to find out the tax benefit on short-term capital loss in the fifth year. So what is that short-term capital loss and how we find out this? Okay, tax benefit of 10,83,600. Okay, so there is a small working note here. So we know that now the return on value of the equipment in the fifth year is 40,96,000 rupees. We take you back to the table, don't worry. Okay, here the return on value of the equipment in the fifth year is 40,96,000. It is a WDV or return on value. Okay, so the return on value of the 1 minute. The return on value of the equipment in the fifth year is 40,96,000 is greater than its salvage value, which is 10 lakh rupees. Hence, there is short-term capital loss. Okay, and since there is a short-term capital loss of 30,96,000 rupees. Okay, see here, return on value 40,96,000 minus salvage value 10 lakh rupees is 30,96,000. So now non-commerce students, please pay attention. So this company will incur a loss of 30,96,000 on this in this year on behalf of the equipment. So the company need not pay tax. So the company need not pay tax on this transaction. Okay. So in finance, there is a quote or there is a principle saying a rupee saved is a rupee earned. I repeat, a rupee saved is a rupee earned. So since there is short-term capital loss, okay, the company will not be paying tax on 30,96,000 rupees. So that tax 0.35 or 35% tax on 30,96,000 rupees is 10,38,600 is considered as a cash inflow in financial management. Okay, so that's why we write here tax benefit on short-term capital loss is 10,83,600. See which
Sir,
is
38,600, sir.
Sorry?
Typing mistakes are there.
Typing mistake. I'm sorry. 10,38,000. Okay, please you correct in your notebook when you write. Thank you, Keshav, for alerting us. So it is 10,38,600, dear students. So please make it. It is 38, not 83. So which this benefit we are going to have it in fifth year. So convert this fifth year, okay, amount to the present value. So when you multiply with the present value factor, the present value of 10,38,600 rupees is 5,38,549, which becomes part of the total cash inflows. Then many students make this mistake. Do not forget about working capital, how it is treated. See, on account of the new investment, additional working capital of 10 lakh rupee was required, which became part of the initial cash outlay, which has to be recovered in the 5th year or terminal year of the project. So 10 lakh rupee, that was, you can recall, will be recovered in the 5th year. But its present value is 4,97,000 rupees. So now you add all. Now you need to add all these streams of cash inflows. All this. Okay, only last column I'm talking. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. Sorry, here. 7 plus 8. Okay. So you need to add all from here to here. The total will be 1,28,72,223. See, please pay attention. This is a very important value. It is gross present value. It is gross present value. So we converted all the future income into its present value. So now we can compare the present investment with the present value of the future cash inflows. Okay, so the present value of all the cash inflows is 1,28,72,223 minus the total cash outflows of 1,10 lakh rupees. So total cash outflows are considered here. Please remember 1,10 lakh rupees. So the difference amount is called as net present value. So the net present value is a positive. It is 18,72,223. So if the company invests 100 lakh rupees into this new equipment, okay, during the period of 5 years, the company will have a net present value or a benefit of 18,72,223 rupees, which is a positive. Okay. So what you should recommend? So this is the decision which we are going to make. The company is advised to install the equipment. I repeat, the company is advised to install the equipment as it promises a positive net present value. So if the difference is negative, you should reject the proposal. For example, if the gross present value is lesser than the total cash outflows, the net present value will be negative. So in that case, you should reject. But since now the net present value is positive, 18,72,223, the company is advised to install the equipment. So this is how we make decision. Okay. See, what I'll do is now, please pay attention. Anyway, everything is shared. The problem is explained and discussed in detail and to the depth. If you have any doubts and questions related to case study 1, you have to ask in the next class. But before asking, I'll tell you 2 steps. One is you please watch the video repeatedly. Definitely 90% of students will find the answer for your doubts. Second, you can also ask your friends. Those you feel they are very intelligent, you please talk to them, ask them. They can also clarify your doubts. The filtered people, even after both attempts, if somebody is not able to understand, you can call me. It will save time in the next class. You can call me and I will clarify your doubts rather than asking it in next class. So these 3 steps are easy. If you have any doubts, you heard me?
Sir, recovery of working capital is present investment, sir.
Yeah, all the questions you have to ask me, as I said. You please watch the video. If you still don't understand, ask your friends. Still don't understand, call me, I will explain. You heard me?
Sir, will call you, sir.
Yes, recovery of working capital has to be brought into its present value because it is recovered only in the 5th year. It is recovered only in the 5th year, which is the terminal year or last year of the equipment. Okay, Keshav?
Okay, sir.
And that's why it has to be converted to its present value. Okay. Yeah. So
Yes,
if
sir.
whatever doubts you have, please feel free to talk to your friends or watch the video repeatedly, or you can call me also. There is no problem. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I will mark
Okay,
the
sir.
I will mark the attendance on my own. Don't you worry. So please remember, if you have any doubts, I have given you 3 methods. Follow anyone and get your doubts clarified. And I will also share the case study 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And all the 3 videos of this class also will be shared in Google Class.
Sir.
Yes. Okay. Happy lunch hour to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. You can log out.
Thank you,
You can
sir.
log out. Okay, welcome. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Welcome. Bye bye.